Grace,
Hmm.
can you love someone too much?
Hmm.
Take your time.
No, I'm sitting with the question. Because it is a question I have never been fully sure about.
Me neither. And I have been thinking about it for days.
What started it for you?
Someone told me this week that they loved someone too much. That they had given too much. Felt too much. Needed too much. And that it had cost them. Cost them how? The relationship. Their sense of themselves. Maybe both.
Hmm.
And I did not know what to say. Because part of me wanted to say, you cannot love someone too much. Love is love. It cannot be too much. And another part of me was not so sure.
Welcome to Easily Speak English. I am Grace.
And I am Tom. And today we are going somewhere tender.
Tender. Soft. Careful. Sensitive. Requiring gentleness.
The question is tender.
The answers are tender.
We will be gentle with it.
We post new episodes every single day on Easily Speak English. Come back tomorrow. We are always here.
Let us begin with what love actually is. Because I think the answer to this question depends entirely on that.
What is love? Only the hardest question.
Only the hardest question. Yes. But let us try.
When I think about love, real love, not the feeling at the beginning, the real sustained thing, what comes to me is wanting good things for someone, even when it costs you something.
Wanting good things for someone, even when it costs you something.
Yes, that willingness to pay a price for someone else's well-being. That is at the center of it for me.
And I think that is a beautiful definition. But I want to push on it a little.
Push on it?
Wanting good things for someone, is that enough? Or does love also require some accuracy about what good things actually are for them?
Accuracy?
Because I can love someone and be completely wrong about what they need. I can love someone and hold them so tightly that what I call love becomes something that prevents their growth.
Prevents their growth?
Protects them from things they need to experience. Keeps them close when they need to move. Holds on when the loving thing would be to let go.
So, love without accuracy, love without some understanding of what the other person actually needs, can cause harm, even with the best intentions?
Even with the most genuine intentions.
Yes. And that is interesting, because it suggests that the problem is not the love itself. The problem is what it does, what it produces in the other person's life.
What it produces.
Yes.
Not the feeling, the effect.
Listeners, have you ever loved someone and known that your love was not helping them? That something about how you loved them was getting in the way? Write in the comments in English, even one sentence. We read every single comment every single day.
I want to make a distinction between loving too much and loving in a way that becomes consuming.
Consuming, taking over, using up everything, leaving no space for anything else.
Because I think when people say they loved someone too much, what they often mean is that the love became consuming for them. It took up all the space.
All the space inside them.
Every thought, every decision, every feeling filtered through this one person, this one relationship, this one connection.
And in that state, what happens?
In that state, you lose the thread of yourself.
We talked about losing the thread in the past tense episode, losing it in a story.
But losing the thread of yourself is different, more serious.
Much more serious. Because the thread of yourself is who you are, separate from this person, what you want, what you feel, what you value. When that goes,
you are no longer a person loving someone. You are a person organized around someone.
Organized around someone. Yes. And that is not love. Or at least, it is love mixed with something else.
What is the something else?
Need. Fear. The terror of the alternative. What happens if this person goes? What is left?
What is left? Oh.
And when the love is mixed with that terror, it stops being purely love. It becomes something harder to name.
Something harder to name. But something most people recognize when they have felt it.
Yes. And that is not a criticism of the person feeling it. It is just an honest look at what was happening.
An honest look. Listeners, have you ever been in a love that felt consuming? Where the person filled every part of your attention? Write in the comments. We are not here to judge. We are here to think about this together. Tom, I want to bring in a different angle.
Please.
What about the person being loved too much?
Oh, that perspective.
Because we have been talking about the person who loves, what they feel, what it costs them. But what about the person on the receiving end of too much love?
What does that feel like?
I think, and I say this carefully, I think being loved too much can feel like being held too tightly.
Held too tightly. Tell me more.
There is a version of love that is so full, so intense, so present, that it leaves no room for the other person to breathe.
No room to breathe.
Where every absence is noticed, every distance is felt as rejection, every ordinary need for space becomes a crisis in the relationship.
because the person loving them cannot hold the uncertainty of not being everything to them all the time.
Cannot hold the uncertainty. That phrase. Yes.
And the person being loved, they start to feel responsible for the other person's emotional state, their happiness, their fear, their need.
Responsible for their emotional state. That is heavy.
Very heavy. And what often happens, gradually, is that the person being loved starts to make themselves smaller. They stop expressing needs that might cause distress. They stop being fully themselves, because being fully themselves creates turbulence.
Creates turbulence. Causes disruption. Upset. Difficulty in the relationship?
And a love that makes someone smaller, that asks someone to be less than they are in order to be loved, that is not love anymore, whatever it started as.
Whatever it started as. Yes.
And I think that is where the question, can you love someone too much, gets its real answer.
Tell me.
The love itself may not be too much. The love may be genuine and real and deep, but the love without enough space, the love that holds on too tightly, the love that makes someone responsible for your fear, that can become something the other person needs to be free from.
Needs to be free from. Even if the love is real.
Even if the love is real.
That is tender. And true.
Grace, can I share something personal?
Please.
I have been on both sides of this.
Tell me.
I have loved someone in a way that was too consuming. I did not know it at the time. I thought I was just fully committed, fully present, fully in it.
And looking back?
Looking back, I can see that what I called love had underneath it a lot of fear. Fear of losing them. fear of not being enough, fear of what I would be without them.
The fear underneath the love.
And the love and the fear were so tangled together, so intertwined, that I could not separate them. I thought the intensity was the love. I thought feeling so much meant loving so well.
Feeling so much meant loving so well. And did it?
No. Looking back, the intensity was not a gift to them. It was a weight, something they had to carry, as well as the relationship.
A weight they had to carry.
And it is only now that I understand. Love that comes with that much need inside it, it asks too much of the other person. It puts the weight of your emotional well-being on them. And that is not fair. However real the love is.
However real the love is. However genuine. However well-intentioned.
The outcome is what matters. And the outcome of that kind of love, for both people, it was not what love should be.
What should love be?
Something that makes both people more themselves, not less.
Something that makes both people more themselves, not less. That is a beautiful standard. Listeners, write in the comments, what do you think love should do? Not feel like. What should it do to both people? In English, even one sentence. We want to know what you think. I want to offer something before the word tour, a kind of answer to the question.
Please.
I think you cannot love someone too much, but I think you can love them badly.
Love them badly. Say more.
Badly, meaning without enough understanding of what they need, without enough space for who they are, without enough honesty about where you end and they begin.
Where you end and they begin. The boundary between two people.
And bad love is not weak love. It can be intense love, devoted love, love that costs everything.
But love that has not learned how to hold someone without gripping them.
Hold someone without gripping them. That is the difference. That is the whole difference.
Holding. Caring for someone. Being present for them. Being there.
Gripping, holding so tightly they cannot move, cannot breathe, cannot grow.
And the question for any love, any relationship, is not how much, but how. Not the quantity of love, but the quality of it.
Not how much, but how.
The question is always how.
And the answer to how? It is a practice, not a state you arrive at. Something you keep working on.
Like everything worth doing.
Like everything worth doing.
Word tour. Today, we were gentle. And the words we need are gentle too. But important.
On Easily Speak English, fewer words, deeper understanding. Today's words: tender, consuming, organized around, intertwined, turbulence, gripping, devoted, sustained, inward, accurate.
First, tender. Say it slowly. Tender.
Tender.
Tender means soft and careful and sensitive, requiring or showing gentleness.
This is a tender question, meaning it requires care. It can be bruised by roughness.
Or she spoke with great tenderness about her grandmother. Or his tender expression showed how much he cared.
Tenderness is not weakness. It is a form of strength that knows when gentleness is needed.
Next, consuming. Consuming.
Consuming.
Consuming means taking over completely, using up all available space or energy.
The love became consuming, meaning it filled every thought and left no room for anything else.
Or the project was all-consuming. It took over her whole life. Or a consuming passion is one that leaves little space for other things.
Consuming can describe a fire, a project, a love. They all take everything if you let them.
Next, organized around. Organized around.
Organized around. To be organized around something means to have that thing at the center of everything. All your decisions and feelings and energy structured around one point. She had organized her whole life around this relationship, meaning it was at the center of every decision.
Or his days were organized around his children. Or I do not want my self-worth organized around other people's opinions.
When love is healthy, you include someone in your life. When love becomes consuming, you organize your life around them. The difference matters.
Next, intertwined. Intertwined.
Intertwined.
Intertwined means twisted or woven together. So closely connected, they are hard to separate.
The love and the fear were intertwined, meaning they were so tangled together that one could not be seen without the other. Or their histories were deeply intertwined. Or these two issues are intertwined. You cannot solve one without addressing the other. Intertwined suggests closeness, but also sometimes confusion. When things are intertwined, you cannot always tell where one ends and the other begins.
Next, turbulence. Turbulence.
Turbulence. Turbulence means irregular and disturbing movement, usually in air or water, but also in relationships and situations, difficulty and disturbance and upset. Being fully herself created turbulence in the relationship, meaning when she was honest and complete, it disturbed the peace.
Or they went through a period of turbulence before things settled. Or emotional turbulence after a big change is completely normal. A relationship that cannot survive the turbulence of two people being fully themselves, that is not a relationship strong enough for real love.
Next, gripping. Gripping.
Gripping. Gripping means holding very tightly, not letting go. In stories, a gripping story is one that holds your attention so tightly you cannot look away. But in love, gripping means holding someone so tightly they cannot breathe or move or grow.
Holding without gripping is the art. Caring without controlling, being present without being suffocating.
Suffocating, cutting off air, preventing breathing. In relationships, making someone feel they have no space.
Next, devoted. Devoted.
Devoted.
Devoted means very loving and loyal, giving a great deal of attention and time to something or someone.
She was devoted to her family, meaning she gave them consistent, deep, committed care.
Or he was devoted to his work. Or a devoted friend is one who shows up consistently over time.
Devoted love is not always consuming love. Devotion can be steady and spacious, present, without gripping.
Next, sustained. Sustained.
Sustained.
Sustained means continuing for an extended period. Not a flash, not a moment, something maintained over time.
Real love is sustained, not the feeling of the beginning, the committed, consistent thing that continues.
Or she made a sustained effort to improve. Or the sustained attention of a good teacher makes a real difference.
Sustained is different from intense. Intense burns bright quickly. Sustained stays, not always bright, but always there.
Next, inward. Inward.
Inward.
Inward means directed toward the inside, toward yourself, rather than outward toward others.
When love becomes consuming, attention turns inward. You think about your own fear, your own need, your own loss, rather than outward toward what the other person actually needs.
Or she was very inward during that difficult period, meaning she was focused inside herself. Or inward reflection is valuable, but too much inward focus can become self-absorption.
The balance between inward and outward, in love and in life, that is always the work.
Last, accurate. Accurate.
Accurate.
Accurate means correct, true, precisely what the situation actually is.
Loving someone accurately means understanding what they actually need, not what you imagine they need, not what you would need, what they actually need.
Or her assessment of the situation was accurate. Or I want to be accurate about what happened, rather than telling myself a comfortable story.
Accurate love is perhaps the hardest kind, because it requires you to see the other person as they actually are, not as you need them to be.
As they actually are, not as you need them to be.
That seeing, clear and honest, that might be the deepest form of love there is. Today's words: tender, consuming, organized around, intertwined, turbulence, gripping, devoted, sustained, inward, accurate. For practice, write one sentence in the comments using any of today's words.
Or write your answer to the question, can you love someone too much?
We have given you our answer. We would love to hear yours.
Tom, what do you think love at its best actually looks like?
At its best, I think it looks like two people who make each other more themselves, not less.
More themselves, not less.
Where being loved by this person, you find parts of yourself you did not know were there, or you find the courage to show parts you were afraid to.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And that only happens when the love has space in it, when it holds without gripping, when it sees you accurately and loves what it sees.
Loves what it sees. Even the difficult parts?
Especially the difficult parts. Because loving only the easy parts of someone is not really loving them. It is loving a version of them.
A version of them. A curated version. The one they show when everything is going well.
And real love, sustained and accurate and spacious love, it can hold the whole person. The easy parts and the difficult ones.
The easy and the difficult.
And perhaps that is what makes love not too much or too little, but right.
But right. Not too much, not too little. Right.
Which is perhaps the hardest and most worthwhile thing any person can learn to do for another.
The hardest and most worthwhile.
Yes.
Listeners, thank you for coming somewhere tender with us today on Easily Speak English.
We post a new episode every single day. Come back tomorrow.
Please give this video a like if it made you feel something real.
Share it with someone who is thinking about love right now. They might need this.
Subscribe so you never miss a daily episode.
Take care of yourselves.
Tenderly.
Tenderly. See you tomorrow.
Bye.